Hi all, good morning and good evening. 1 second, hold on a minute. Sorry guys. Yeah, yesterday we discussed about, hold on a minute. Sorry guys, apologies for inconvenience. Yeah, so far we completed two servers. One is DNS and second one DHCP. And let's go on from there. We can continue remaining other servers. So next server is SMTP server. So SMTP server is one of the very important server for us, mainly for to take care of the respective phishing email investigation. Okay. So anyways, before going to do that, so first I will explain about what are the couple of parameter every email contains, what are the technical parameters and also what are the non-technical parameters. So first, what is SMTP server importance? So SMTP server, another name or synonyms we can call it as email server or exchange server or UCS server. So UCS meaning here Unified Communication Server. So nothing but communicating of so one email with another email or one sender with another recipient versus sender and so on. Or O365 or Outlook. So these are all the different types of names are there for the SMTP server. So now what SMTP server importance and what are the features it will do? It can be used to send an emails and also to receive an emails. So that is the importance of the SMTP server. And port number is 25. You know already this one port number is 25. So now who will configure this SMTP server? So SMTP server can be configured by dedicated one of the admin will be there. That admin we can call it as the Outlook admin or Exchange admin or UCS admin or SMTP server admin and so on. So every organization it will maintain under the corporate IT. So I explained about what is the difference between corporate IT versus so engineering team or R&D team. Corporate IT mainly into the support, wherever support related to business as usual. That is called BAU. Nothing but they should not give any availability issue. So those people will fall into the corporate IT. So example, we are not receiving any emails. That is obviously business issue. Who will take care of that one? That one will be taken care by our SMTP server administrators. So under the corporate IT, already I told you, a special support team will fall under. So either our Outlook administrators or so Windows Server support team, Linux Server support team, our backup and storage and database support team, application support team, cloud support team, infrastructure support team, cybersecurity SOC support team. Okay, so network administrators. So all these people will fall under the our corporate IT. Engineering mainly for the application development and product development and mobile development, part of the most of the case wherever SDLC life cycle. So those people will fall under the engineering or R&D. Coming back here, So SMTP server side is also fall under the our corporate IT. So now whenever any issues it will occur related to maybe they are not receiving the mails or they are not able to send the emails, they can go and they can verify, and also they can even verify in the our firewall also. So this is the way how we can verify. Now, so every email contains a couple of important parameters. So this one already I have shown practically. I will show once again. So I'll open one of the email. So example, you can take HDFC Bank, whatever I received. So once I'm clicking on here, you can click on show original. It is not only applicable to my email ID, but also it is applicable to your email ID also. So go to your, because it's my personal email ID, even I do have the office under the Outlook Office 365, but I can't show that one in practical our date, I mean, in our classes. So that is the reason I'm showing my Gmail. So click on show original here once opening any email. So now this particular email, you can see there are two different types of parameters. One is called technical parameters, nothing but technical oriented. Second one is non-technical oriented. Now we can go and we can differentiate what is technical and what is non-technical. Message ID, it's a technical. Sender is non-technical. Okay, recipient is non-technical. Okay, so created it, it's a non-technical. From, so this from is also non-technical, but domain name is technical. So in the similar way to, it's a domain name, it's a technical. So but to who is the recipient, it's a non-technical. Subject line, it's non-technical. And SPF is technical, DKM is technical, DMARC is technical. So SPF is passed, DKM is passed, and DMARC is passed. Either of the one among of all these three, either SPF or DKM or DMARC, we can conclude that that particular email is a phishing email. Okay, but all these three are, so SPF is pass, DKM is pass, and DMARC is pass. So next one is, so this is our HTML format or JavaScript format, always body of the content of the email. So when I'm going to my email ID directly, I can go and I can read what's going on. So they are provided some of the offer to me. So through our credit card with the zero processing, so some X amount of the loan. So that is the overall. Okay, so email whatever I received. But when you'll go to the our HTML format, you can't understand what is exactly this body of the content of the email, unless otherwise you are a HTML guy or JavaScript guy. So this is the way how the overall email looks like. Okay. Now let's go and discuss about what is technical parameters and what is non-technical parameters under the our SMTP server side. Every email contains couple of important technical or non-technical features or parameters. Maybe in the interview point of view, right now I'm saying about technical or maybe some features. At the time of the interview, they can use some other word, but don't get confusion. By that time, you should understand, okay, they are expecting this one. Okay, RK is discussed about this one, or Ramakrishna is explained about this one. So this is the way you can correlate or compare. Okay. So most of the interviews, one of the regular interview question is explain about phishing email investigation. Okay, that we can discuss later. Now, here first I will provide about technical features are. So first one is whatever we have seen, domain name. So sender domain name, from which domain we received. So we can go and we can validate whether it is a legitimate domain or illegitimate domain. For that one, we can go and we can use couple of, okay, so our open source tools like MX tool or IP wide, IP Abyss database, virustotal.com. So these tools we can use it. So for example, I will go to MX tool It's one of the open source tool. Just go to Google and give the MX tool in the search button. Click on MX tool box. Under this one, now we are doing investigation side. Right now, whatever I'm saying, theoretical versus practical. Currently, whatever I went Google and also I defined MX tool box. Under that one, I am doing okay practical investigation side. You can see there are so many tabs are available. Super tool. Okay. Next one is MX lookup. Next one is block list. Next one is DMark. Next one is diagnostics, email health, DNS lookup, analyze header. Now here domain name. If you want to verify the whatever email we received, whether it is legitimate or illegitimate, we can go and we can define the domain name here. So from which domain name I received the email? Let's go back to sender email address, hdfcbank.net. So from this email I received. Okay, so my loan offer related to EMI. So let's go and copy paste this one and go back to MX toolbox and copy paste here. Domain name. This is domain name. Just click on MX lookup and validate whether it is legitimate or illegitimate. Now you can see here DNS record is published. DMARC is published. DMARC policy not enabled. But all these are, there are no warnings, there are no issues, they are not red color. If I want to explain in our layman terminology, so there is no red color, everything is showing as a green color, nothing but it's a legitimate. Somewhere something it is showing as a red color or maybe it is warning color. In that scenario, we have to suspect maybe that one is illegitimate domain or abnormal domain or malicious domain. Okay. So now same thing, you can go and you can verify with other websites also. So this one already I have shown in the day before yesterday class or yesterday class, virustotal.com. So this is also regularly we can use one of the website for to do the investigation. So once you are opening the virustotal.com, we have file and URL and search. File is for uploading of the files and URL is for URL scan. And search is for our mainly, you can see once I'm clicking on the search here, it is showing as URL. So we can enter the URL here, IP address, we can validate IP address also, domain, we can validate domain name, and our file hash, we can validate file hash value also. But currently what is the first thing I have taken from the email? I have taken from the domain name. So now go back to here, paste domain name here and click on search button. Now virustotal.com, it will validate and it will say, is there any legitimate domain or illegitimate domain? You can see here now, out of 94 vendors, 0 by 94, that is the results we got it. So out of 94 vendors, not even single vendor, they said like it is a illegitimate domain. Every vendor, so like Abusix, Acronics, so Elinwalt, Cyber, all these are vendors. When you say vendors, all these are different types of companies. Whatever tools we can go and we can use it regularly to do the investigation side. All these are commercial tools. Okay. So out of these 94 vendors, not even single vendor, they said like it is illegitimate or abnormal or malicious or suspicious. So this is the way whenever any phishing email is received, we have to do the domain validation. So I went to two different types of the websites. One of the website we can call mxtoolbox.com. Second one, I went to virustotal.com. In these two websites are these two URL valid, I mean, these two domain validation also, it is showing like a, so everything is legitimate, whatever email I received. So this is the first investigation we have to do. Okay. Anyway, that investigation I'll explain later. So sender domain name. Anyway, recipient domain name. What is recipient domain name here? My Gmail. So my Gmail I received. It's anyway. It's a, our Gmail is obvious. Gmail is obviously it's a legitimate one. A recipient domain name. Next one. So let's go back to, so this particular one of the email I opened. Next one is here you can see IP address 103.214.134.226. So this is one of the public IP. HDFCbank.net, whatever ISP router they are using, through that IP. So this particular IP address we received. Now we have to do the IP address validation. Previously, whatever we have done, that is called domain validation. What is the second investigation we have to do? We have to do the IP address validation. Now go back to same websites. So now where domain, where IP address. So I will copy here IP address. Go back to mxtoolbox.com. So now where is IP address? Super tool, MX lookup, block list, DMARC, diagnostics, email health, DNS lookup, analyze header. There is nowhere we can see IP address. We can see under the block list. Block list meaning here IP address or domain name. So now here you can copy and click on, okay, so search. Now it will validate whether it is legitimate or illegitimate. Now you can see out of so many vendors, there are so many, 61 vendors. One of the vendor, they said like, it is a Samsung, one of the Gen. It is one of the company, they are blocklisted. But remaining all other vendor, they said like, okay, everything is fine. Now, whenever these type of situations or issues, you can face it. Now, not only you can validate from the one vendor investigation portal, you can validate from the multiple investigation portal. Now go back to aristotle.com. So now go back to search button and paste here IP address. Now search button. Now you can see here out of 94 vendors, not even single vendor. Here itself contradictory sentence or conflict. What we got from MX toolbox, we got one of the vendor already, this one they blocked. But what is virus.com? It was saying that out of 94 vendors, not even single vendor, they said like it's a illegitimate. Nobody has blocked this one also. Whenever these type of situation it will arise, then you can go and you can validate in the multiple websites. So what is multiple website? Example, one more, you can go and you can verify who's the domain. So just you can, who's the domain, you can give in the Google. Yeah, who is .com. Now you can verify here also IP address. Here we can enter IP address or maybe we can enter domain name also. So just enter the IP address, search button. Yeah, not even single vendor, they said like it's a illegitimate one. So this is the way how you have to do the investigation whenever any phishing email. So far we discussed about domain and address validation and also IP address validation. Okay. Now go back here. So now every email contains what is another technical parameter, sender, okay, IP address. So another parameter is sender IP address. Okay. Next one, recipient IP address also we will see, but that is our private IP. This is from sender hdfcbank.net, and who is recipient? Myself. I can see private IP address for that one. Now, additionally, what are the other technical parameters every email contains? You can see SPF, sender policy framework. Next one, what is SPF? We can discuss later. DKIM, domain key, identification, message. Next one is DMARC. What is DMARC here? Domain message authentication receive code. So these are all the another three technical parameters. Now, additionally, you can come down and give control F. You can validate the even message ID also technical only. Message ID also called a network ID. So message ID, network ID. Next one is return path. So where the return path, it will be go and we can see that one. Just in this email, just you can give control F and you can click on return path. You can see here. Always this return path should be equals to our recipient email address or sender email address. In case if it is mismatching, then we can go and we can say that it is a legitimate email. Okay, return path. And finally, this entire body of the content of the HTML format. So this is called header. So this header in the format of the HTML or JavaScript, we can call header analyzer. I'm copying this one also. Header analyzer. So these are all the technical parameters. Then coming back to non-technical parameters or features. So now go back to our from. It is non-technical. To is a non-technical. From is a non-technical. To is a non-technical. Subject line is a non-technical. Subject line what we received here. Some of the offer. Offer extended till tomorrow. Okay. Subject line is non-technical. Next one. Couple of times we'll copy CC. CC means carbon copy. It's a non-technical. Next one, BCC, business carbon copy. If you want to hide something and you want to keep that, those are all the persons or ourselves, then we can keep BCC, business carbon copy. Okay. So these are all couple of non-technical parameters. We no need to, whenever if you want to do the phishing email investigation, you no need to verify these are all. Okay. So non-technical parameters, but we have to verify all these parameters. So first thing what we have to verify, any phishing email is received. First thing is domain validation. Phishing email steps are domain validation. Second one, what is the second validation I have done? IP address validation. Third one. So I copied here HTML format, nothing but payload, body of the content of the header. This is called header analyzer. Now go back to MX toolbox. So now you can see here, is there any analyze header option is available or not? So last one, yes, it is analyze header. Click on this one. Paste header, whatever header I copied from the email I received, analyze header. Now it will validate. Now you can see that DMARC is compliant. SPF is alignment is failed. DKIM authenticate is failed. But by doing this one, don't think like it's a phishing email. Now we're suspecting whatever HDFCbank.net email we received, SPF alignment is failed, DMARC complaint is failed, DKIM authenticate is failed. Whenever these situations are will arise, then you can go to email gateway. Email gateway. So under the email gateway, you can go and you can verify whether these three will pass or fail. Okay, that is the way how we can do investigation. So what is the third validation we have to do? Header analyzer. So even couple of times we will receive the email attachment and also URL link. Those places also we have to do the verification part. Example, you can see here, this is one of the URL link, unsubscribe. If I'm clicking on here, copy link address. Copy link address. So it's like URL link. So copy link address. Now go back to same thing, virustotal.com or MX toolbox and verify here URL link and paste here and give search button. So fourth validation is URL link validation. And also couple of times you will receive the attachment. So attachment, yeah. Now you can see here out of 97, not even single vendor they said like, so it is illegitimate or abnormal or malicious or suspicious. Okay. So now URL link validation also. Fourth one, URL link validation. Last one is malware attachment or any attachment validation. Any attachment you are receiving, you can validate that attachment also. In this email, I did not see any attachment, but couple of times you'll receive the attachment also. This is the way how the phishing email attacker, they will send it. So currently I don't have any attachment email, see here. So we have to, yeah, anyway, that we can discuss later once we are going for investigation side. So we have to take that file attachment in the form of file. Even that we have to do the file validation also. This is part of the malware investigation. So these are all the investigation steps we have to do for any email we received. Part of the phishing email side. Okay. So these are all the 5 steps. Not only this one. Now, whether this email, whatever only I received in the entire organization or entire company, whether one user received or multiple users are received. Whether one user clicked on or okay, multiple users clicked on. Whether one user is downloaded the attachment or multiple users are downloaded the attachment. So these are so many scenarios are existing. Those scenarios we can discuss later. Okay. Now, if you want to block this phishing email, what we have to do? If you want to block this phishing email, what we have to do? We have to use couple of email gateway or email security solution. Preventing or blocking or mitigating phishing emails. But even though we can provide regularly security awareness training to our each and every employee in the organization, and also even we are taking, there are a lot of okay preventions and mitigations and also blocking mechanisms. So, but still couple of people will do violation of the whatever we defined, our policies, whatever we defined, and finally, okay, so our systems will get compromised. It's our regular day-to-day life, and so regularly we have to do these investigations. So, couple of tools are available for preventing and blocking of the mitigating of the phishing emails. So, example, Office 365, Outlook Defender. Office 365 Outlook is mainly for the receiving the emails and also so sending the emails, but it will not take care of the any phishing email blocking. For that one, we need purchase additional licensing. So in the entire overall IT and software industry, whenever we can say licensing, how to buy the okay, so respective feature, or how to buy the tool is called as a license. So now, so additional okay licensing we have to provide, and we have to get the Office 365 Outlook Defender. Okay. In the similar way, this is one of the tool. Proofpoint is one of the tool. Mimecast is one of the tool. So Gmail security is one of the tool dedicated to Gmail side. Ironport from Cisco. Otherwise, you can call Ironport, whatever you'll call it as. So these are the couple of tools we can use it. Very famous tool. Proofpoint, Office 365 Defender, Mimecast, Ironport. These are the couple of very famous tools. Right now it is available. Okay. Most of the companies are purchasing Office 365 Outlook. So directly they are purchasing the phishing email. Okay, tool also Defender itself because they will get the additional discount. Okay. So that is about overall SMTP server. And nowadays, out of 100 attacks, I can say 60 to 70 attacks are through phishing email only. Even though, as I mentioned, we are giving the awareness and education and training to all the employees, and also because of these tools, it will bypass those domains are spamming, and also even users by mistakenly they will click on those URL links or attachments, and finally systems will get compromised. Okay. So that is about overall SMTP server. SMTP server in generic only for sending the emails and receiving the emails. Then what is our functionality as a security point of view? So as security point of view, we have to take care of all these investigations and also validations and reputation checks. So that is out from our point of view. Okay. So that is about SMTP server. That is third server. So far we completed 3. Next one, database server. So database server, why we can use storing of the data. By name itself, it is suggesting storing of the data or storing of the information can be used using the database server. Storing of the data or information can be done by database server. So that is in the form of the either rows or columns. So example databases are so example SQL, structured query language. Second one is MySQL, Microsoft structured query language. This is another vendor. Third vendor, GridGain from Oracle or Oracle, whatever you will call it as. Cassandra, this is one of the database in the cloud environment. It is very, very popular. MongoDB. So this is also, it's very popular in the our cloud environment. PGSQL, this one we discussed part of our copying of the data from SQL to PGSQL when we discussed about ports and protocols. One of the business case I explained. Hope you remember. Postgres SQL query language. Next one is Couchbase. So this is another. So there are so many database servers are available, but out of all these now, in the cloud environment, MongoDB and PGSQL is very, very famous, these two. And even GridGain and Couchbase and MySQL and SQL, all these different types of databases, every organization, they are going and they are using these databases to store the data or to store the information. For example, if you want to give practical example, do you think that without you are ordering something, without database, you can go and you can order something? Example, maybe Zomato or Swiggy or Amazon and so on. So these items, for example, Amazon or Flipkart, you are ordering maybe electrical item or electronics items or food items or kitchen items. Okay. So all those items, it will go and it will store in the backend database like item number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Whenever end user or user is wants to order something, it will fetch from the database. So this is the way how the overall, okay, so database queries they will give like a select, insert, update or delete or modify, either in the rows or columns way. So now what is the security perspective? It is very, very important for us. What we have to validate. Okay. So now whenever any data it is storing in the database, part of the information side. So first we can go and we can classify the data. Classification of the data. First we can, before going to classification of the types of the data. So types of the data, critical data, Second one is non-critical data. So critical data, non-critical data. Which one is critical data to organization and which one is non-critical data to organization? Now, after that, we have to go and we have to do the data classification. So data classification, security will not do. Data classification can be done by previously. So nowadays, because of the machine learning and artificial intelligence, completely machine is understanding. Whatever data DLP tool we are using, it is understanding. But so prior to that one, before machine learning and artificial intelligence, everything content based. Example, we have to go and we have to speak with the HR team, legal team, and also we have to speak with our senior management and board of the directors. What are the innovation technologies we are implementing? What are the patents and copyrights we are using? What are the trademarks we are using? That is on the senior management and board of the directors wise. HR team side, non-disclosure agreement, and each and every employee background checks also critical data. Okay, so we have to speak with the HR team and legal team, application development team, product development team, Windows team, Linux team, and so on. So this is the way manually we have done the classification. But manually, if you want to do the classification of the data, it will take longer time. Even it will take a couple of times, 3 months to 6 months. Nowadays, because of the machine learning and artificial intelligence, we can do the classification of the data within the 1 week time period. That's it. So it is not based on the content, what the employees are using. It is based on the context, user activity, user action, entity action, server activity, server action. So database activity, database action, application activity, application action. So this is the way how our DLP tools can understand about what is critical and what is non-critical. Okay, so data classification, how it is, how we are doing based on the data classification can be done by based on confidentiality, sensitivity, and accuracy. So these three parameters we can validate. Based on the confidential, how much confidential it is to organization, can we discuss with the other members, can we share with the public platform or not? So that is the confidential or privacy of the data. In this one, sensitivity. So can we go and can we expose to the other people in the public through social engineering or maybe through other ways? So posting something in the websites, and accuracy, how much accurate, trustworthy of the data. So this is the way how the data classification can be done. Data classification types are now so from the organization point of view, first one is restricted. We should not disclose. Restricted only respect to team, whatever. So they were exam financial reports. How much profits we are getting, how much losses we are getting. That one only in between finance team and also senior management and senior executives and board of the directors. Nobody should be aware of whether we are in the profits or losses. One day it will come to even in the town hall meeting to each and every employee also. Even we can discuss in the public also. But initial stages, till the normalization is going to complete, we should not discuss those financial reports to each and every public or even within the organization part of the employees also. That is called restricted. Example, financial reports. Second one is internal. We can discuss within the internal of the employees also. Here only couple of people in the restricted side. Here only within the internal, meaning each and every employee should be aware of what's going on. So what are the new acquisitions or new merging it's happening. So how much losses in quarter one or how much profits in quarter one or quarter two or quarter three and quarter four. So they should be aware of the internal way. Okay. So third one, once everything is completed, then we can, internal is also called as a private. Once everything is completed successfully, then what we should discuss to the public. What we should not discuss to the public? Who will take care of this one? This one will be taken care by communication channel. Only that person has to inform to through the news channels, or maybe through our even so televisions and so on, or maybe social media. Okay, so that is through public. So whenever any confidential data it is happening, for example, the server is got compromised and you are working in so and so company, don't go and don't discuss with your other company people. They are working in maybe Wipro or maybe Accenture. Your company of the reputation will be damaged. Will you okay, will you expose your personal data to the other people, like a debit card or credit card, or maybe your password of the Gmail or Facebook, or maybe our okay, so anything, whatever your personal data you will not discuss. Then why you will discuss about our organization data we are working on? Bread and butter is giving to our company to us as a part of the salary based on we are working way. So then why we have to discuss our confidential data to the okay public? We should not discuss even to public also, till the communication channel is going and discussing and okay, so providing the information to the through social media, or maybe through news channels, or maybe through televisions, or maybe through different ways. Okay, but people will not be silent. Whenever something will happen, first and foremost our security people only will go and will explain about other people, companies, or public, our server got compromised, our application is got compromised, and these are the products we are developing. Don't do that. Okay, so that is the classification types are. This is the based on the our data wise. Even couple of places we can go and we can do the data classification types are secret, top secret, okay, not applicable, high, critical. This is the way we can do the classification of the data. So this classification of the data can done initially by USA. So that is the reason whenever you are applying any job vacancies also, you can see whether you are a classified person or top secret person. Do you have certification or not? Okay, secret certification you have or not? So are not applicable or other. So these are the couple of so parameters you can see once you are applying for any job vacancies also. So top secret certifications, if you have meaning here, they will be high priority to you. So then even you will not you know about what is meant by top secret, and you should not disclose to information to other people. Okay, especially military and also veteran people, they will maintain the very confidentiality and also security and privacy and also even accuracy of the data. So that's why even if we're applying any job vacancy also, we can see these are all the couple of parameters like top secret, secret, not applicable, critical, high, medium, and so on. Okay, so but anyway, this is based on the our classification of the data wise. Now this is on the overall organization oriented. Okay, now our personal data classification. So these are all the organization oriented classification of the data. How can we classify the data based on the our personal oriented? There are two different types here. One is called PII data, personal identifiable information. Second one is called PHI, personal health information. So PII data, it is equals to GDPR compliance. So general data protection regulation, we should not disclose our PII data to any public. Your passport number, your SN number, your driving card license number, your voter ID, your Aadhaar ID, your phone number, your debit card, your credit card, your email address, and so on. So those data we can call PII data, personal identifiable information. In case anyone is leaking of the data, we can go and we can do the complaint of that organization. Example, I am part of Bank of America, one of the account I do have, for suppose, so Bank of America is leaking my data, my passport number, my SSN number, my driving license number, or my where I am staying. So what is my email address? What is my first name? Or what is my last name? Everything they are leaking. For suppose, so then I can go and I can give the complaint US government stating that, okay, as a customer, my PIA data is leaked by Bank of America. Then lot of penalties or fines has to, okay, so paid by Bank of America. So this is the way how the this GDPR PI data is very, very important to nowadays, and GDPR compliance is very, very important. Okay, this is one of the example. In the similar way, you are booking one of the flight, or maybe you are booking one of the train. So at the time of booking your flight, or even so train also, you can provide your first name and last name and payment gateway and how much money you paid and your mobile number, your email address, and a couple of times passport number and everything you have to provide. So those places also, whenever those travel agencies they are leaking the data, then obviously we can go and we can use the complaint on them also, because violation of the personal data or PA data. So nowadays this one is emerging like anything from 2018. Okay. So now companies has to pay a lot of penalties and fines. Once we are going to GDPR complaints, I'll explain about that one. So example of PA data. So as I mentioned, passport number, SSN number, Aadhaar number, your driving license number, voter ID, debit card, credit card, email address, mobile number, and so on. So these are the couple of PA data related. Example, couple of companies paid lot of huge amount of the fines or penalties part of the PA data related to GDPR compliances. Let's go and discuss about that one. So I'll open one of the website name is called CSO Online. Why it is important, I will explain. GDPR penalties. You can see GDPR fines hit 1.2, okay, so pounds billion in euros, sorry, in 2024 on 8.3 more than, okay, so breach reports. Every company has paid, there are so much of the, okay, money. That one also we can identify. Give me 1 second. Largest GDPR fines. Okay. So the biggest data breach of fines or penalties and settlements so far. Facebook is paid $1.3 billion in 2023 because of the end users data in Facebook they are trying to access, they leaked out. Okay. Didi Global from China, they paid $1.19 billion. It's a huge amount. Amazon retail websites where you are ordering your, okay, so everything, whatever you like in the Amazon retail website. TikTok from China, 530, okay, so here euros. Equifax in the USA, insurance-based company. Okay, so Meta, Facebook once again, 413, part of the Instagram. Instagram once again, it is leaked in 2022 two times, 403. TikTok once again. T-Mobile in USA, it's a telecom-based company. And LinkedIn from Microsoft. And Meta, Facebook once again. Meta, Facebook once again. You can see how much million of the dollars they are paying for one of the leaking of the PIA data. So that's why, as I mentioned, so these PA data is very, very important and GDPR compliances are very, very important. So we have to make sure that always these are safe and secure. If I want to explain this one in a practical way, you are working in Infosys and your client is belongs to British Airways. So in that scenario, so in case you are leaking out the British Airways customers data whenever they are traveling from X to Y location, then obviously, so British Airways, they will put penalty on you as a part of the Infosys. Okay, so this is the way how it will work. So that's why please make sure that PA data is safeguard and it's very, very important complaints nowadays. Second one is PHA data, personal health information. Even these hospitals, health insurance companies, and what are products are developing by these healthcare based product development companies like a Philips or Medtronics, Johnson and Johnson, G Healthcare. So these are the couple of product development companies. Those companies are developing the products like a heartbeat, cancer oriented, okay, radiology oriented, everything, total end to end our human body. Those products like a tools, without tools where the doctor really do manual analysis and he can identify the, okay, what disease exactly patient it has. Not at all. Not at all. So 100% they are using nowadays tools only. So they are providing about, okay, overall tool analysis. When you say tool analysis, so scanning or maybe heartbeat, everything tools they will use, even doctors also. So personal health, why I'm saying about all this now, even these healthcare based companies, insurance companies, even product development related, so health care products companies, so even hospitals also, pharma based companies also, in case they are leaking of the any patient data, so they have to make it fine. We can go and we can give the complaint. So and so hospital, when I went there, so in front of 10 people, they tested me and they given couple of bad reports to me. Okay. So this is the way we can go and we can provide the even complaints on the personal health information related also. So this is applicable. This is a part of the HIPAA compliances. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So this is applicable to end user patient data. Okay, so that is even even clinics also. These clinics also, in one room, one doctor, they will call 10 members at a time. And so in front of the 9 members, other person disease they will discuss. We should not do that. Corporate hospital, they will not do that. They'll call one person at a time and they will discuss about what exactly the issue it is existing, what the disease is about, whether it is cured or maybe it is healed or not. That is the way they will discuss. But in the villages or remote areas or maybe in the couple of places, they'll call at a time 10 members and in front of the 10 members, they will discuss about all. We should not do that. Okay. So that is violation of the HIPAA compliances only, those clinics. So that is about overall our database server. Here we discussed about there are two different types of the data. So first we discussed about where the data can be stored. Data can be stored in the database, or information can be stored in the database, or collection of the data can be stored in the database. And what are the different types of database server we can use? We can use all these different types of servers. Now, so types of the data in the organization point of view, critical and non-critical, and data classification and be done under the, so using the confidentiality, sensitivity, and accuracy. And data classification types are, and personal data classification types are PA and PHI. So there are so much of information is there part of the data that we are going to discuss under the DLP, data loss or data leak prevention. Then what is our importance part of the database or data? Okay. So what is the importance? We have to safeguard our data. We should not do data breach or data violation or data exposure or data sensitivity exposure or unauthorized access. That is the importance of the security we has to implement. Okay. For that one, we have to implement endpoint DLP, network DLP, cloud DLP, website DLP, even database side also. We have to implement database encryption, data at transit level encryption, data at rest level of the encryption, authentication, authorization, database hardening mechanism. There are so many things we have to implement. That's what I said previously also. When I applied for Dutch bank in Netherlands, so they asked about only dedicated to database encryption guy. Okay. So they need only whatever databases they are working on. For that one, as a security person, I have to provide a consultancy or advisory, okay, to these database team. That is also vacancies are available. So next one, web server or application server. So web server and application server, why we can use? We can use to deploy the applications or websites so that end users can access the application. Application, it will act as a, so end users whenever they want to access it. Okay. Application server can be used to deploy the application on top of the web server or application server so that end users can access the applications. So that users may be public or private. So that is the importance of the web server or application server. And couple of important application servers are Apache Tomcat. So these developers, they will use very popular one is Apache Tomcat. So this one is got compromised in 2021 December 9th. Because of that one, almost $13 billion loss all over the worldwide. Log4j. So in this similar way, we have NGINX Nignix. So this also is becoming very popular in the cloud environment. And also even we have Windows IS server, Windows Internet Information Server, that is part of the our web server itself. Next one is Unix. Under the Unix, there are so many servers we can go and we can deploy, like a Docker or container or Red Hat Enterprise Linux, or CentOS or Ubuntu or SUSE or Feroda, Amazon Linux, so Azure Linux and so on. So these are the very famous web servers. So we can go and we can use to deploy on top of the, so application, so as a part of our server side. Okay. Now application architecture diagram. architecture, other application architecture, three-tier application architecture. Application three-tier architecture. These developers are aware of this one. What is application three-tier architecture? Application three-tier architecture meaning here. So first of all, how the flow of the application. Example, you are booking one of the ride in the Uber or Rapido. How that app is developed. What are three tiers are involved to develop these? Okay, so Rapido or Uber application or app. Or you are booking one of the ticket in the IRCTC or Make My Trip. In that scenario, how the application three tier it is involved. How these developers are developed the application side. It is applicable to almost everywhere. Okay. Application three tier architecture is example. I will go and I'll explain about here. So hot topic currently Air India crash from Ahmedabad to London. I will take that as the example. So Air India, okay, app. We can go, Air India website. We can go and we can book the ticket from so and so source to destination. Okay. Here Air India website for booking the ticket. So now we can go and we can log. This is a user level. Now I can open Air India website. How this application three-tier architecture looks like. Now this is called user layer. So this is the place. Now I can go and I can, okay, so I can go and I can, okay, so book the ticket under the Air India website now. So booking and also manage and everything here, search flights. So everything we can go and we can book the tickets here. So that is called user layer. Okay. So this front end user layer. This is first tier. User layer is first layer. Second one, once I am providing the user layer, then second layer is belongs to business or logical layer. So now I went to Air India website, so and so date. I want to go and I want to book the ticket. For example, California. So whatever. So destination, whatever. So and so date. And so and so date. Done. And search. Now once I'm clicking on the search button, now I selected source and destination. And I provided two and round trip I selected. And I provided, okay, so search button here. Now, once I'm clicking on the search button now, automatically it went and it is listed by checking the database. So for that one, they can go and they can use one of the business or logical layer using the programming language. Okay. So second one is business or logical layer. Flight search and booking. So second one is here, business or logical layer. So this is the way how these developers, they will go and they will develop the application. Once I click on the search button after selecting the source and destination, then so round trip I selected, and when I'm going the date I selected, and when I'm the return date I selected everything. Once I'm clicking on search button, how it went and it is appeared and it is listed so many total number of the flights. Okay, example here it is listed so many flights by contacting the database administrator, I mean database team. Okay. So now second business or logical. Once we are clicking on that one, how it will go to the our next page. For that one, we can use programming languages. So that may be Java, that may be ASP.NET, that may be so full stack developer, that may be okay React to JS or Node.js. So there are so many programming languages we do have. So that is called business or logical way. Now finally, our Air India database. So here database layer, third one, flights information. Flights information it will provide, that is like a database. Database. So now based on this one, our logic whatever we provide and whatever selection we given, then it will fetch the data from the database. So these three layers we can call it as user layer, a business logical layer, and database layer. We can call it as this one will be taken care by database team. So this one will be taken care by our developers, backend developers, not front end, backend. So this one will be taken care by front end developers. So total 3 teams are involved. Okay. So these 3 layers we can call it as application 3-tier architecture. They will follow SDLC lifecycle. Even testing team will be there, requirement team will be there. Okay, so then DevOps team will be there, TechOps team will be there, even security team also will be there. But I don't want to discuss about all those. Once we are going to application security, there I will discuss about all these, what are the different types of teams are involved. Just basic one is every application contains, there are 3 layers. Those 3 layers are, one is user layer, second one is business or logical layer or database layer. Example, these developers, whenever they are going for any interview, they'll ask about this one also interview question, not security team. So what is application 3-tier architecture? So user layer, business or logical layer or database layer. So once we are going to the SDLC lifecycle, software development lifecycle, how many phases are there? Requirement phase, design phase, development phase, testing phase, operational phase, and DevOps and SecOps, and also site reliability engineers and even security team. There are so many teams, but basic are these 3. Okay, so that is about application 3-tier architecture. Now each and every application, whenever any end user is clicking on flights and booking the flights in the Air India and so on, so then we have to make sure that even security also it's very, very important. That is our role. Okay. So that is about overall application layer. Okay. So where we can deploy this application layer on top of these web servers, either Apache or Tomcat or Nginx or Windows IS server. Under Linux, there are so many. Okay. Yeah, that's all for today, guys. And we completed so far DNS, DHCP, SMTP, database, and web servers. And remaining 4 I will complete tomorrow. And after that, I will start network commands. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow once I will complete this one, then I will start network commands. Yeah, that's it today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow at 7:30. Bye. Take care.